Hello, angels. This is probably going to be the last time I'm recording on my phone, so bear with me with the quality. Let's go over the 4 major themes that we're going to be looking forward to and utilizing for our own self-growth and personal development, as Saturn has gone retrograde today on the June 29th. Had to double check on that. And then Neptune will be going retrograde on July 2nd. These are long-term transits, okay? So this is something that we're gonna just ease into. We were technically in a shadow period, which I know, give or take, different astrologers will emphasize shadow periods. But for me, I think you can look at a shadow period with some grace when it comes to farther out planets. Specifically with Neptune, Saturn, you know, technically isn't the last of the inner planets, the farthest out for it to be considered an inner planet. So here are the 4 major themes. The first major theme is illusion dissolvement. I wanted to make this the first major theme because the other 3 themes cannot be made possible unless this particular theme is mastered and understood. So with illusion dissolvement, it's exactly what it sounds like. There is an illusion in your life, whether it is something internal that you're projecting onto yourself, or something external you're projecting out onto the world around you, right? So you can look at this from different lenses when you're doing your own inner reflection. But first of all, I do want to say, because these transits are happening in the sign of Pisces, right? Have some grace, have some compassion with yourself when you're doing this illusion dissolvement, because it can be pretty groundbreaking work here. So for the illusions, I want you to look out for illusions that are rooted in spirituality. So anything like even twin flame journeys. I know this is like awful to say, because I know some people that are genuinely in those kind of journeys, but look out for proclaimed soulmates. Oh, he's my soulmate. Look out for synchronicities that may actually be your own mind trying to pull in a reality that's just not what it's meant to be. Look out for dreams that are rooted in your ego and need to be realized. So this is a great time to question your own kind of dreams and your own aspirations of like, why am I even wanting this? Why am I even wanting fame? Oh, it's because I was neglected as a child and no one ever watched me. So I just like want to be seen and appreciated. Okay, whereas, you know, that's different than, why do I want fame? Because I have this enormous message that's just, I need to get it out there. I need to speak this out loud to the world. You know, this is different whys, right? So we're gonna dissolve those illusions by kind of going deeper into our own spiritual devotion and self-compassion. This is all has to be done very gently, because this is a water sign. This is the last sign. And you know, even spiritual prophets, right? So have grace with yourself, because even spiritual prophets, right? Like Abraham in the Hebrew Bible made very questionable decisions, but still he was a prophet, right? Still he led people to God's new city where God was calling him. And, you know, even Jesus at times questioned, like, you know, what do people think of me? Like, you know, what are they perceiving in me? Because sometimes what we want to be perceived as and what the world is perceiving us as is just, there's this disparity. And that's where the illusion dissolvement comes from. It's like, okay, wait a minute, am I playing into a role, you know, of what someone else wants me to be? Am I still feeding an old story of self-doubt and telling myself I'm not capable when I fully am? And yeah, excuse my hair today, because Libra ascendant, I'm letting the curls happen, and they're happening. So number 2 is, and once you starting to get those illusions dissolving, but they would naturally will dissolve as you open yourself to more grace and spiritual insight and surrender to the truth of the reality and what needs to change, because it's a water sign. So things need to change. It's a mutable sign. Things need to change. Okay, things need to change. And these are things that you already knew you had to change. Okay, because it's a retrograde. So things are coming back around. Cleansing the spiritual body. So as the illusions dissolve, then we start doing the cleansing, right? Because the cleansing is how we're going to nourish ourselves, how we're going to rejuvenate ourselves from having all of those illusions. Because having illusions, right, dissolve, disintegrate, right? Think the Hindu deity Kali Ma, right? She crushes through and fights those illusions and makes them dissipate for the greater good, even though it's painful. Well, you know, we don't have to do that necessarily with this transit, but it does feel painful sometimes. And part of healing that pain is cleansing ourselves, right? Cleansing our space. You can do cleansing in different ways. You could do a colon cleanse. You could include like a coffee enema or a juice cleanse and only have juice. I would recommend fasting. I think that's an amazing way to cleanse. Just unless you have an ED or something that you're struggling with, then do not do that. Please eat because it can be really triggering to fast if you're still struggling with that in your mind. So TW for that. But cleansing the spiritual body can also mean taking salt baths. Those are so underestimated. Grounding, putting your feet on the floor. I know that's like grounding. It's actually just like an innate sense that we have to like connect with the earth. But yeah, ground. Cleansing the spiritual body can also be letting go of items that are part of that illusion dissolvement that you're going through. So donating items that are associated with the things that you're letting go. Maybe somebody purchased you a purse, you're gonna give that away because this is part of the thing I'm letting go. This is a part of the thing I realize that's like, this person's not a true friend anymore. They've betrayed me too many times. They've proven to me that they wear a mask and they're not willing to own up and take responsibility, and that hurts me, but I'm gonna let it go. So part of that letting go is I'm gonna get rid of this purse. Okay? Cleansing the spiritual body can also mean going vegan, going vegetarian, cutting out red meat, things like that. Letting go of soda or refined sugars and replacing sugary things with honey, agave, right? Looking at substitutes. Cleansing the spiritual body also means aligning your physical body with higher vibrational input. Okay, so number 3, learning when to use boundaries versus compassion. Okay, so this is all with the Saturn and Pisces, right? It's like, do I put a boundary here, or do I give them some grace and hope that, you know, they didn't mean to hurt me, they didn't mean to do this, right? Because everyone has a level of innocence within them, but when you hold somebody accountable and you put that boundary up, it's because you're holding them to a standard. So I want you to remember that. It's like, if something is repeated, right? They say like, fool me one time, you know, whatever, fool me twice, shame on you, fool me 3 times, shame on me, right? So, you know, you can only give so many chances until you're condoning behaviors, and it's time to put that Pisces Saturn down, no matter how much of a sweetheart, honey bear, how many kisses, how many hugs they can give you, no matter how lonely at night you'll be, no matter how deep you're gonna have to go into your psychological patterns and change yourself because you were trauma bonded to the ends of earth, no matter how hard it is, like, you're gonna have to put that boundary up. Yes, we're all souls. Yes, we're all spiritual beings. Yes, we're all one. Does not mean that somebody gets to walk on you like a doormat. No, it's not okay. Because self-love is the basis for loving others. And self-love is not rooted in ego and narcissism. It's rooted in that deep, soulful love and responsibility for being on your soul path, soul mission. And I know that Pisces just has this very like, but then for those of us that are very hard on our boundaries, and you know, maybe we're closing people off or isolating people, or they're nothing, what can they do for me, or that one time he said this way, I didn't like that tone, he's written off. You know, if we're very like everything, that can also be a little bit of like, okay, maybe we're blocking off opportunities here, maybe we're blocking off learning more about friendship here. Maybe this person, when they said that, maybe that could have been my invitation to have compassion and have inquisitiveness, because part of being compassionate is also leading you to inquisitiveness. Like, why did they say that? What did that mean? You know, it's the difference between somebody saying, that dress, that, you know, it's like, sometimes it's even tone, right? Because it's such a sensitive sign, Pisces, right? So it's like, that dress looks good on you versus that dress looks good on you. Okay? Tone. Whereas like the first person has attitude, the second person's so neutral that it's like, wait, were you serious? And you could ask, hey, I don't even mean to project my insecurities, but were you being genuine with that? You know? And really having those deep intentional conversations with people could really bring in that more of that clarity of, okay, is this a boundary, or is this like, should I lean into this a little bit more? Because compassion is so beautiful, but considering it is a retrograde, I think self-compassion is just going to be knocking on our doors over and over again. Like, come on, like, you deserve it. You deserve to have some grace. You deserve to have people around you that give you grace. You deserve to have people around you that see your sensitivity, that see your creativity, and nourish that and nurture that and love that, right? That's the compassion piece and what that can result to. So number 4 is healing your faith. This is the final thing. The first one is particularly put as the first, but I think the last 3, you could play with how you go about them. But healing your faith is exactly what that is, because we've been tested collectively so much on our faith with these outer planets and Saturn and Pisces. It can feel like some of us are on our knees, like, please just give me a effing break here, because like, if I don't get a break, then I'm gonna break, right? If I don't get a break, then I'm gonna break. Then this whole show is gonna go down, because I don't even know what I'm doing right now. I don't even know where I'm going. I don't even write that fog, that Piscean fog. I don't even know what I'm doing. I don't even know where I'm going. I don't even know what I want anymore. Like the pain's too real. The happiness is too real. The feelings are so visceral. The intuitions are like here, but then they're here. But then it's like a synchronicity is here. But then like I feel something weird in my womb here. And then my shoulders got a pain here when I'm around that person. But then when it rains, my knee does this weird thing. Like, it's like we're getting all of this mystical input, but then it's like, what does it mean? Where is it taking us? And it can really break you down sometimes when you're trying to go into the realm of the mind, right? Jupiter and Gemini, making that square to these Pisces transits. I'll have to pull up the chart to show you the exact orbs. Right now I could not tell you, because Jupiter just went into Gemini. God, that was a really powerful day too, maybe a month ago. So yeah, I think right now Jupiter would be early degree Jupiter, and during this transit, you know, Jupiter will eventually come into a more exact square, I would say over the next, I would say 3 months. I'll make another video kind of specifying on the degrees very soon, but I just wanted to make this to get you concrete of like what you're wanting to focus on with your personal development. If you're working with these planets, or if Pisces is heavy in your chart, or water is heavy in your chart, this might just be something that's calling you. Maybe you're going through a major square because you have a lot of mutable signs in your chart. Like, this could be really calling you right now, this particular work. So I just wanted to make this available for you to contemplate, reflect, maybe even journal, and even meditate on. Because that's always a great thing, is just to be in silence after, you know, taking in spiritual information, being in silence, and maybe going on a walk and contemplating what it means to you, if you're willing to use that information, and you know, if it really feels like it's helpful to you, it's assisting you, right? So part of healing your faith is healing your faith in yourself, because ultimately you are the source, the center, outside of the Most High, outside of the Creator. You are the center. Yeah, your access point to the Creator is from going into those deep crevices of your heart, those deep crevices of your psyche, those deep crevices of your womb. If you are a male or identify as a male, or anything like that, you know, you still have a spiritual womb, you know? So there is a lot of doubts and fears that we kind of have to be like, no, I'm not going there. No, I'm not going there. I believe in myself. I know that I can, you know, keeping those affirmations on every day, because this is not necessarily a light transits here. These aren't not necessarily light, especially with some of the squares happening, but we are easing out of those squares. Besides the Jupiter square, that one's gonna stay pretty in our faces for a little while. So healing your faith can also be done through prayer, but I recommend just falling to your knees and absolutely crying out for the Most High, your God, your goddess, because sometimes I have noticed, especially when I was in my progressed Pisces moon phase, that I would just come down to my knees and weep, sometimes for hours, and cry out for help, because it just felt like nobody could help me. My family, oh, Jasmine, oh my gosh, my dog is like following this fly. This fly's been buzzing. You know, it's like, it's very Jupiter and Gemini, like, it's like a lot. But, you know, just falling on your knees, weeping, hoping, praying, you know, being like, nobody can help me here. It's like, it almost like that Pisces energy. It's like, I've turned everywhere. I've turned to my mom. I've turned to my boyfriend. I've turned to my girlfriend. I've turned to my cousin. I've turned to my social media. I've turned here. I've went to dating apps. I tried this class. I went to school. Like, I've done all these things. I went to all these people. I tried all these things. Like, where is it getting me? Like, help me. Where is it? Where's the next for me? Please take me there, please. And just letting yourself be there, like lighting a candle and sitting and letting that pain in a little. Maybe playing in gentle music, really like a high vibrational music, having like maybe a rose tea, infusing that self-love, working with herbs that infuse self-love. I really love hibiscus and rose. I just think that's like such a loving combination. So I know it can be hard to have those experiences alone. So I would like to eventually offer again my healing circles. I used to do healing circles that were very intimate, under 10 people, because they do go long. I'm probably only gonna do like 5 people maximum next time, because they get very intimate and very long. It's open sharing and open healing, but I want to offer that for free again, because I just think it's so hard to get to certain places when you're not being witnessed and you're not being given back that healing and that nourishment and hearing from community. So if you can join a community space and you feel like it's a healthy community space, do so. But sometimes because of these Pisces planets, it can feel like sometimes hermitude is the only way to kind of really get to that dirty stuff and clean it up and get it cleaned up, right? So I'm really happy you guys watch this. I really do hope that you have faith that you're going to make it through this, that you've made it this far. And there's so much around the corner. These transits do go for... Yep, so the Saturn return stations direct November 15th, which is super cool. And then the Neptune stations direct December 7th. So that's awesome. All right, well, I'm really glad that you guys are here to watch this. Please subscribe, please like. I love doing these videos and I am super focused now. And I want to just give more to really not only quench your thirst, but give you a little bit of that self-direction where you can lead yourself. And of course, if you resonate, take what resonates, leave the rest for somebody else. And perfect, somebody just started mowing the lawn, so this is a great time to end this video. Love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching. And again, please like. That's how this video gets spread around. Please share if this resonates, and please comment if there's anything else you're noticing with these patterns. I think they will be revealed as time goes on, a little bit longer, but we will definitely do a check-in or review over the months. So bye.